welcome to the channel. I hope you're all well. Today we're going to tie a super little nymph, and it is tied with silk, and it is Gutermann 300. In the vise I have a size 16 nymph hook with a 2.8 copper bead, and I'm tying with 10/0 light brown thread. Now, there are many advantages of tying with silk, and no less than the variation of colours, of course. In this particular instance, the 300 is a light brown, but as with most silks, when they absorb water, they change colour. I just trim off that excess. Right, now for the tail, I'm going to use one of my dyed coq de lion fibres, excuse me, feathers. And I'm going to take off a few fibres, pull them out at 90 degrees, tear them off, and tie them in. As you can see, that's a little bit long, so I'll pull that back. And I'll trim off the excess. Now this also has a rib, and I'm going to use this dark brown thread as the rib, and I'm going to tie this in at the same time as the tail. It doesn't have to be a thick thread. This is again 10/0 to create the rib, and I'm going to bind that down to the rear of the hook shank, like so, and I'll put that in the spring. Right, now for the silk is, as I said, Gutermann 300. There's the colour number, and I've taken off a strip of the silk. Now it comes in 3 fibres, you only need 1, so separate the fibre, which is fairly simple if you twist it in the opposite direction, and we'll tie that in. And tie down, excuse me, tie down the silk and trim up the silk and the excess brown thread that we're using for the rib. Right, now I'm going to put a little bit of shape into the actual fly by building up the body with the thread. Like so. And now I'm going to wind on the thread, sorry, the silk for the body. Just touching turns as you go up the hook shank. Towards the bead. And tie off the silk. And trim it up. And I'll wind on the rib in the opposite direction. and tie off the rib. And trim it up. Now it already looks quite an attractive nymph. But now we're going to add a collar, and the collar is going to be hare's ear. Excuse me. And I'm just going to dub this on. You can make it quite a reasonable collar because it will be brushed out and you're bound to lose some of the fibres. Just put the excess back. That will be enough, I think. Take off the excess and tie off the fly. And trim up the tying silk. Right, I'm just going to brush this out to create a nice leggy collar. Like so. And the nymph is finished. Now, just to give you an idea, I'm just going to dampen the fly. And you can see the change in the colour of the silk. How it looks now a totally different fly. Just brush it out a little bit more. And there you have the finished fly. A fairly simple tying, and I feel that this has a great place in your box when you're fishing, for the sake of argument, some pheasant tails. Maybe give this a try as an alternative. Hope you enjoyed the tying. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it if you wish. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for viewing. Bye.